I got out the shower and I looked and it said yes. And I was like, don't play with me. Don't play with me, girl. Do not play with me. And I was like, are you for real? All right, y'all. So I'm literally driving from work. These last 2 days, I just have this patient that is just really just driving me insane. She's not bad, like, personality-wise. She just has a lot going on, and she's just not ready to let go. And she just has, she has a lot of things going on, and she needs to be on hospice so she can be comfortable during her transition, because that's what's going to happen. She's going to eventually pass. But she's just not ready for that. So we're doing all this, treatment and stuff for her, pretty much making her suffer more than she needs to be, because she's not ready to just accept the fact that she's going to leave soon. And it's really sad. It's a really sad situation, but it sucks, like, from the medical standpoint, because we know. And yeah. Anyway, so ran over. Y'all gotta see my baby daddy. You already know what's going on, bruh. So I'm literally, it's gonna be like a cute little get ready with me vlog. And this is the Q&A/update on my pregnancy and everything. So I am currently 27 weeks pregnant. And it's honestly, after I got through my like nausea phase, it's been like bliss. Like, it's been really good. Everybody's like, do you feel pregnant? Like, no, not really. It's not like a feeling. It's more like a just like, okay, well, I know I'm pregnant. Or like, I'll feel my baby kick and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know I'm pregnant. Yeah, my face looks so fat. So yeah, I'll probably go into like detail and everything when I actually like start doing my makeup and getting cute or whatever to go see my man. But pretty much the plan for today is, oh, this time about to hit me, y'all. Oh, you see that skin? So the plan for today is, like I said, I just left work. I'm about to go home, take my dogs out. I'm gonna get ready, get cute and everything. And then I'm going to drop my dogs off at the kennel. And then the state fair is in town, honey. So I'm going to get me some turkey legs for me and my boo. And then he likes cotton candy. So I'm going to go get that for him. And that's really it. They said they got like some like hibachi bowl or something. So I might walk around, depending on like what time it is and how much time I got, because my flight is at 2:30. And the airport is like 15-20 minutes from the fairgrounds, so I have time. But the fair opens at 11, so I'm trying to get there at 11:01 and walk in there and make sure my food is cooked and everything. And then I'm trying to dip. Like, I literally am only going in there to get my food and get out. And then since I'm gonna be up this whole time, I'm just go straight to the airport after that, and probably take a nap in the airport, get on the plane, head to my first stop, and then I would be with my baby daddy. So that's the plan for today. I'm gonna try to record as much as I can. I'm terrible with vlogs. That's why, like, some stuff I just don't even post, because I'm like, I didn't get any footage. But yeah, so stay tuned for the Q&A. I gotta actually pull that up on my laptop or something so I can look at the questions, because how am I gonna record and go look at the questions? Like, I'm not about to write them things down like I'm in school or something, taking notes. No, ma'am. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna continue focusing on the road, and I will see y'all later. Hey, my baby. Hey. All right, y'all. So I'm pretty much just gonna do a time lapse of myself getting ready. All right, y'all. So I'm just moisturizing my face now. My fat face. So like, my skin is like glowy or whatever, but I do have breakouts. So I'll exfoliate and stuff, and it helps, but they come right back. So I don't do makeup like that, but I use makeup Forever Aquabrow color. I think this is 40, but it's like a dark brown. LA Girl, is that what this is? Yeah, LA Girl concealer, medium beige for my highlight, and chestnut for my contour. Lash glue that I just picked up from the hair store. Elf setting spray and primer. And then some... I was using Fenty, but it was making me look too orange. And I was like, no ma'am. So I use... I just picked this up randomly from Walmart. L'Oreal Paris Infallible foundation in color 505. So I'm going to go ahead and start the time lapse. So here I am just doing my brows. Well, I put primer on my face first, and I started doing my brows with just a simple angled brush with the spoolie at the end. And I always use this pomade, the Makeup Forever pomade, and then I went with my LA Girl concealer, the medium beige color, to carve them out, conceal my brows, and then I go in with the foundation on the top so it doesn't look like the Lion King. Alright, so I went ahead and just did my brows first, and then put my foundation on already. And it was tickling, y'all, so I had to go ahead and start smoothing that thing in. Like, it was tickling bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the questions now. So, is your pregnancy what you thought it would be? So, what you thought it would be as far as symptoms? So, like I told y'all earlier, literally, like, the only bad thing I had was I was really nauseous in my first trimester. And it lasted, like, the bad nausea was, like, for a full week. And I lost maybe, like, 10 pounds in that week because I could not eat anything. Like, barely anything. I could eat, like, a couple bites and then that would be it. And then after that, I was nauseous and it was debilitating, but it wasn't as bad as that 1 week was. So after that, I kind of just really would, like, I could only tolerate fruit. So I would eat fruit and just drink water. That was, like, what I did. And then, like, sometimes after work, I'd be like, I want Chick-fil-A. So I would get Chick-fil-A, and then that would be, like, my one big meal for the day. After that, I could only eat, like, fruit and stuff. So that was really, like, the biggest thing. Now, I can eat whatever I want, which probably finna become a problem because I'm about to start gaining my pregnancy weight or whatever. Which ain't a problem. That's what comes with pregnancy. It's whatever. Like I said, my face is getting fat. Of course, it bothers me because I'm starting to look different or whatever. But I'm still a bad bitch at the end of the day. Period. But yeah. So that was one thing. I thought like I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just feel pregnant. I feel pregnant. Girl, I'm doing whatever I want. Okay. You are still yourself when you are pregnant. You just are pregnant. Like, I thought a lot of stuff was going to change, but it really doesn't. So, can you sleep on your back? Are you nervous to give birth? Technically, after a certain week, I think it's after like 20 weeks or something like that. Don't quote me on that. You're not supposed to sleep on your back. But honey, I be waking up on my back all the time and I be like, oops. So, you're not supposed to, but I mean... You can't control what happens in your sleep. Am I nervous to give birth? Not really. I'm more so like embracing the fear and the pain that's going to come with it because it's inevitable. So not really a fear per se, more so like what exactly to expect as far as like the pain and how it's actually going to happen. Because you see videos and you hear stories. And everybody always has a bad story to tell you. Like, why does everybody want to tell you the bad stuff? Why can't they tell you the good stuff? I don't get it. But I follow a lot of like midwife pages and natural birth pages because I really wanted a natural birth. In the ideal world, my boyfriend and I would have been married. I would have been on his insurance. And I would have been having a midwife and a home birth, but our plans did not go according to how they wanted to be. And I got pregnant sooner than I wanted to. And yeah. So I will be having, oh, that's the second question. How do you feel about home births? I'm all the way for it. The only thing that's scary is if you do it completely alone, some things can go wrong. And if you don't have the proper medical training, let me not even say that. Some things can go wrong, and you better hope that you get to the hospital in time, because if you don't have somebody who's medically trained to help and intervene when it's needed, go Pookie, go. When it's needed, then some things can happen that aren't good. So I'll just leave that at that. And yeah, but I'm all for home births. Our next baby will definitely be a home baby. Now, I am planning to stay at home as long as I possibly can, and then going to the hospital to avoid like unnecessary interventions and stuff like that. Because birth is meant to be natural. As women, we are meant to birth children. Things can go wrong, but from classes that I've taken and stuff that I've read, most of that stuff comes from unnecessary interventions that happen in the hospital. So I'm waiting to the last minute to go to the hospital. Hopefully that will work out great for me. And that is just me personally. I know I'm a freak out, but I'm gonna just have to keep telling myself. I have my boyfriend tell me, "Hey, look, you straight, like you good. Your body is capable and able, okay?" So, the lo and behold question that everybody wants to know: how did you find out you were pregnant? Y'all, this story, let me tell you, okay? So me and my homegirl Sierra, we went out the night that we walked for graduation. So we went out that night to the club. We was drinking or whatever, and I wasn't like drunk. I was tipsy. So I took Sierra home, and I got back home. I was tipsy, and I was feeling good. I was talking to my mom or whatever, and I was like, well, since, I want to be still lit, I'm about to, partake in some illegal activity. So I went in my bathroom, hotboxed my bathroom and everything, and like everything was good, chilling. And then all of a sudden, I just passed out. So apparently I threw up. My mom found me because my parents, my dad, my mom, and my grandma was here for my graduation. So apparently, I was passed out on the floor, and I had threw up, but my mom said like I had cleaned up after myself, so go me. So I threw up, cleaned up after myself, everything was straight, and I got back in the bed, and I had this dream that I was pregnant. So in the dream, I took a pregnancy test. Everybody who was here, like my grandma, my dad, and my mom were in the dream. So that's what made it so real. And I was like, oh my God, like, so I woke up and I was like, that was weird. So I was like, you know what? I was 2 days late, but I have been later before because I'm not on birth control anymore. I have been on birth control for a year. And we just pretty much track my cycle, track my ovulation with my app and everything, and we're safe around that time. So I got up, like I said, I was 2 days late. I was like, well, I am 2 days late. Like, let me just take a test, just to make sure that I'm not pregnant. Girl, joke is on you. That thing, so I literally took it. I was just lollygagging, because I wasn't like pressed or anything. Usually like when I take it, I'm pressed. I'm looking at it the whole time and I'm like, let's see what this says. But I literally took my shower, did whatever I need to do. I got out the shower and I looked and it said yes. And I was like, don't play with me. Don't play with me, girl. Do not play with me. And I was like, are you for real? So literally my whole family is still here. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I played it cool. My family, some of them left. and my dad stayed. So my mom left, my grandma to the airport. And I was like, oh my God, like this is really happening. And I was like, but maybe, you know, that test been in there for a minute. I was like, maybe it's old. I'm gonna get another one. So I called my mom on the way to work, and I was like, Ma, like I took a pregnancy test and it said yes, but I was like, maybe I'm not, because you know it was old. And she was like, well, she called by my middle name. She was like, well, Elise, if you've been having unprotected sex, you're probably pregnant. And I was like, girl, I don't need to hear that. So I went to the drugstore before I went to work, when I was on the phone with my mom, and I got another pregnancy test. Took another test at work, girl. I almost passed out in the bathroom. I was like, you cannot, like, this cannot be happening right now. So I'm still in denial. I took another one when I got home, and I was like, you know what? I guess this is really happening. I had called my dad that night too after I took the second one, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. Like, I think I'm pregnant. Like, I took 2 tests, they're positive. Meanwhile, my dad, I gotta go home to my apartment. My dad is at my apartment, so I get home that morning, and we're just talking or whatever, and like, my parents, they weren't like upset or anything. They were pretty cool about it, because like, I wouldn't say they were cool about it. They weren't upset, because my boyfriend and I were both in that career field. We're making money. We're independent. We both have our own places. The only thing is, we're long distance. So it's like, we were going to be long distance for months. So I've been kind of like, I'm not alone, but physically, I've been doing this like on my own. So I live by myself. Like, I have friends and family that come visit. I have friends in the area. But as far as like having somebody be there all the time, I just got my dogs. Like, that's literally it. But that's about to change. Hallelujah. But yeah, so it's been kind of tough. But my coworkers are supportive. My friends are supportive. My family comes to see me whenever they can. I go see my boyfriend. He comes here because he's originally from here. So it has been terrible, but circumstances definitely could have been better. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant, and a little bit of background on what's been going on. So let's see what other questions. What's been my favorite and worst part of the pregnancy? Favorite part definitely is feeling her kick. Yes, I'm having a girl. So that's been my favorite part, of course. That's everybody's favorite part. I was like, when I first felt it, I said, maybe that was gas. Maybe I gotta poop. But no, that was her. But now I can literally see her like punching and kicking and everything. Now it's crazy. Like, my whole stomach will move. And sometimes like they'll be so hard, they'll like kind of like knock the wind out of me a little bit. Worst part was that nausea, honey. I was like, do I really want to do this? Like, I still got time to make this go away. But I was like, no, like, I will, you know, see this through. So what am I looking forward to the most? My next ultrasound, y'all, because that's her next growth checkup. So I'm gonna see how she's growing, because she has been measuring small. She measured small at her last growth check. So that kind of worried me a little bit. She was in the 15th percentile, and I was like, okay, well, you know, some babies are small, some babies are big, whatever, it'll be fine. So that worried me, but at this next growth check, I'm gonna see how much bigger she got, and I will hopefully get to see what she looks like, because in the other one, when I got like a sneak peek of her 3D, she was looking like me. So I have a flat nose, and my boyfriend has like a pointy nose, very distinct characteristics. Her nose was flat in that thing, so she looks like me right now. Is the baby name selected? Yes, it is, after Forever and Ever and Ever and Ever. Like, we came up with the name originally. We found out she was a girl. And then I like was thinking about other names, and I was like, oh, this is cute, but nothing really stuck. And then my boyfriend, every name I came up with, he was like, no, the original, no, the original, no. Like, okay, dang. But her name is beautiful. I love it. The meaning of it is like perfect. Her initials are RLS. Last name is Savage, because you already know. But yeah, I'm just not comfortable sharing her actual name just yet. But yeah, her name is picked, and it is beautiful and perfect, just like she will be. What was your reaction when you found out, and how did Q react? I already talked about my reaction when I first found out, and when I told Q, well, that's my boyfriend name, by the way. When I told Q, he was just like, well, I guess we're having a baby, like, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. So, like, the first half of, like, where I am now, so, like, the first 3-4 months, it was, like, a lot of, like, back and forth of, like, oh, I'm excited, we're excited, and then, oh, like, oh, shit, like, how are we gonna do this? Like, this is crazy, this is a really big change. Like, it was a lot of back and forth, and even now, sometimes I, like, find myself having these thoughts of, like, did I do the right thing by, you know, having her? Like, am I doing the right thing? How am I gonna do this? It's just a lot of back and forth, and sometimes I beat myself up about it because it's like, shouldn't you be happy like 24/7 about this? But it's completely natural to have thoughts and, you know, just being unsure. And I had to reassure myself, to tell myself that, like, it's okay to be unsure. Just like with nursing. I don't know if I want to do that for the rest of my life. Actually, I'm sure that I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. It's strictly making money now. My early first signs that I was pregnant and telling family. Y'all, had no signs that I was pregnant other than that pregnancy test. Okay? After that, the nausea. And then, but by that time, I was like 6-7 weeks or whatever. And then after that, maybe sore breast. But I didn't really have like any like classic pregnancy symptoms that had me thinking, oh shoot, I might be pregnant. Like, no, it was literally my period's 2 days late, the dream, and then I took the test and I was like, grab the noose. And then telling family, my parents, like I said before, were like, okay, whatever. Not okay, whatever, but they were like cool with it. And then my other family, of course, like, some have asked, like, oh, are y'all getting married? Like, yes, we will be getting married, but that is something that we have talked about between each other that is our personal business, pretty much, that we will discuss later. But yeah, marriage definitely is in the future, just not right now. What are you most excited about as you prepare for this new chapter? Seeing what my baby look like and just having a little family, seeing how me and Q grow as adults with children in our relationship, and just this next new chapter of my life, like in adulthood. Like, I've already started my life. I would say I've started it. I dipped my toes in the water. Like, my toes are dipped in the water still right now, as far as like career, and just adulting, period. And now it's like, oh snap, like we're having a baby now. Like, it's crazy. We're gonna be moving in together soon. It's just a lot to take in all at once. Are you having a water birth? No. I am going to the hospital just because with it being my first baby, I'm just nervous. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like, holy cow, like, we need to get to the hospital right now. And, you know, but I want to labor in the water, you know, if I'm at home, you know, to stay at home as long as I can until I go to the hospital. And then when I get to the hospital, if they allow me, I'm gonna, you know, try to stand in the shower to have that hot water, like, pretty much calm me down. How did you feel when you found out the gender? Y'all, I was sad at first because I wanted all boys. Like, that was like my ideal family, was all boys. And I feel like I've been saying that for so long, like, I'm gonna get all girls. But at first I didn't want kids. I didn't want to be married, nothing. But after I met my boyfriend, I was like, yeah, put a ring on it, put a baby in me, period. But before then, I was like, no, I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids, none of that. Like, I literally wanted no parts. I think that's all the questions. Let me see. Ah! When and where was Miss Mama conceived? So she was conceived around like middle of April in Q apartment in Mississippi. I'm not exactly sure of the exact night. I'm almost positive of the exact night when I was thinking back to it, because I was like, we was wildin'. But Yep, in Mississippi in Q's apartment. So that's really it. I'm gonna finish getting ready and then I'll come back on here and we will be taking my dogs and headed to the fair. All right, y'all see gang is back there with me. Coco, come here. All right, well, she's not being photogenic right now. But this is today's look. Natural beat with the lashes. These lashes are already getting on my nerves, so let's hope that they make it with me to the airport. But in the meantime, it'll be cute for some selfies and boomerangs or whatever. But yeah, so I'm headed to drop them off. And then to the fair we go for this food. And since it's still early, depending on what time I get from the fair or whatever, how long it takes, I'm probably just gonna take a nap in the airport because I'm not trying to miss my flight. Okay, y'all, I already started tearing this turkey leg up. I mean, the content. Anyway, so I got turkey legs from me, my boyfriend. Got his nasty cotton candy. And I got some fries too. I already ate the fries when I was walking back to the car. I was hungry. I was starving, getting off work. So I'm about to wrap the rest of this up and then we're gonna head to the airport. Baby, as you can see, them lashes did not make it. Neither did the makeup. As soon as I got through TSA, I went to the bathroom and took it off. It was just irritating my face. I don't know. I just did not want it on me. But I am off to see my boo daddy. Catch y'all in the next video. Bye.